I often have nightmares about preparing for adventures, and I have to remember everything to pack, and then inevitably I forget something, and then I'm like not prepared. So today I have come up with a list of 5 essential but easily ignored or forgotten items that every adventurer needs. Greetings, adventurers. My name is Kramer, and today I'm going to share with you 5 essential but easily ignored items that every adventurer needs. And I'm going to incorporate them into my kit throughout the entire video, and you will see that I look like a very different adventurer. And what that should prove to you is that these are essentially free accessories. You don't even have to think about them. If you use any of these items, and you should be using all of them, you will look like you are a more prepared adventurer, which is what everybody wants, even if you don't actually need these items, which you will. So our first item is to help us in our adventuring scenarios where we have low lighting. And believe it or not, this actually happens every day. You see, the sun sets and we have this thing called nighttime. And oftentimes we in the modern day will either have a flashlight or our phone in our pocket, and we will take that out if we need to see something. But nothing ruins your immersion more than this while you are on your adventure. So the first essential item that is easily forgotten is to bring some sort of light, some lantern, a candle, a lamp. Now, be very careful with this because in many adventuring scenarios, such as if you're going to an event like a LARP or Renaissance Fair, they don't want you to have an open flame, so you can opt for something like I have here, which is an electric candle, but still gives a much softer light. And it's more immersive to hold this than it is to just whip out a flashlight, even if there's a gel on top of it. I've seen some events where that is acceptable, but I think this just looks a lot nicer. Now, the caveat with this, of course, is that it is a lot harder to actually illuminate something purposefully. If you lose something on the ground and you're trying to find it, doing it with something like this is going to be a lot harder. But the fact remains that this is an awesome piece to have, and I find that it is often forgotten. Even if you don't have to use it while you're walking from place to place, if you set it down either at the table that you're sitting at, if you're in a tavern area, or you have it around your campfire, having something like this really boosts that immersion. It's not necessarily just about having a way to illuminate your path. It is also about creating that ambience, that atmosphere. Bonus points if you are actually allowed to use a live flame. Be very, very careful, but they can also be a small source of heat. And you will see that I do, in fact, have examples of this one all around the room here. I have a candle on my bookshelf. I have a candle up here, my mythology candles, a ranger scented candle up there, and then of course the example that I'm holding. But I wanted to illustrate the point that lighting, that candle lighting, lamp lighting creates that atmosphere. Now, our next essential item that people often overlook goes in conjunction with one that a lot of people oftentimes bring. When we are going to LARPs or Renaissance festivals, you will oftentimes see that people are bringing their own tankards with them. And this is a very good idea. This is another essential item, but it's not the item that we're talking about. And they will oftentimes wear them on their belts just like this. Because you always want to be able to drink out of something, and if you're going to a Renaissance Fair or a LARP, there's no guarantee that anyone's actually going to have something free to drink out of, and even if they do, it's possible that it's going to be a plastic cup. So having a wooden or leather tankard, maybe even a metal one, they're a little heavy and they can make a lot of noise, but a tankard just like this one is something that you will oftentimes see people have. Now, what people forget is that you actually need something to hold your liquid when it's not in your tankard. You can fill this up and just walk around with it, I suppose, especially if you are purchasing a drink or you are filling it up, but you can't store this, especially when it's on your belt like this, it's going to spill. So people should bring water bottles. We don't generally bring cups with us around in the modern day, but we do walk around with water bottles, stainless steel water bottles. I do have stainless steel water bottles with the Living Anachronism logo on them if you're interested in something like that. But a leather bottle or a Costrol, I do have a video on this. This is something that I don't see people carry around very often. Now, when you're going to something like a Renaissance Fair, oftentimes they don't allow you to bring water in. They allow you to bring an empty bottle and you can fill it while you're there. And this is something that is perfect for that. And you can wear it, you can carry it. That is in fact what it is made for. You are supposed to be able to walk around with it like this. It's got the straps built in, whereas a lot of stainless steel bottles, you're either gonna have to carry it or make some sort of pouch for it or carry it in a bag, but this is meant for carrying your water or something else supply while you are going on an adventure. Nothing's gonna beat sitting down at that tavern table, putting your tankard out, leaving it on the table, and then having the leather bottle or ceramic. They're heavy, I wouldn't recommend that. I'd really go for leather or maybe a wood canteen if you have something like that. But having this on the table with you next to your mug. It all just adds to the atmosphere. And if you're wondering, yes, that is a wooden tankard with the Living Anachronism logo on it, and yes, they will be available soon at my website, livinganachronism.com, link in the description. So if you have your cup, you have your tankard, that is a good start, but you also need to have a water bottle with you as well. Now, staying hydrated while you are on your adventure is, of course, essential, but sometimes you just need something a little bit more. You need a little bit of a pick-me-up, and no, I'm not talking about alcohol. I am, of course, talking about one of the channel sponsors here, Magic Mind. In addition to carrying a water bottle, you are also going to want to take one of these. Think of this like a stamina potion or a magic potion for your mind while you are on your adventure. It's gonna give you that mental clarity. And because it's all natural and it's filled with ingredients that actually compound with use, I did a 7-day challenge where I took this every day for 7 days to see how much it affected me. So here is that footage. This is Tuesday the 12th of November. I'm just gonna drink this right as a shot. It's the first thing I've had today. No coffee, no anything, no breakfast. Just took a shower. So it's day 4 of the Magic Mind Challenge, and I've had a bit of a slow morning, but today I've decided to mix the Magic Mind with a bit of milk because I've seen that some people enjoy it that way. But I'm about to work out and then actually get into garb and probably do some filming today. I have a lot of editing to do today. Something that I really appreciate about myself when I'm taking Magic Mind, when I identify that there's something I have to do, I just do it. There's no like in-between moment where I like try to avoid as many of the stressors as possible. Like, what can I push to tomorrow? What can I do later? I just think I have to do this and then it's done. I just do it. And that's not something that my brain normally does on its own. It is actually 10:30 at night on the 6th day of the challenge, and I'm actually tired. I forgot to film it because I'm so tired that I don't really know what I'm doing. But I just had my Magic Mind tonight, and I'm ready to go to sleep at a normal human being time. Okay, I gotta run. It's the last day. I've got no time. I have an audition in like 10 minutes for Newsies, the musical. I've always wanted to be in it, so here we go. Really happy I had this before I went to sleep last night, because I needed to sleep. Okay, gotta run. Wish me luck. The ironic thing is that I'm much sharper when I'm filming and I have to do less takes and I'm more concise when I've had Magic Mind, but in order to document my experience of taking it, I actually have to film the video before I've had it, which ends up with this having taken a little bit longer than I meant for it to. My fellow adventurers, Magic Mind is fantastic. I have it every day. I am almost out again, so I need to put in another order. For Black Friday, they are having a special Black Friday discount. If you use the code down in the description, which is KramerLivingBF, which stands for Black Friday, not for boyfriend, you can get 50% off of your first order with the link in the description. So please do check them out. And of course, thank you to Magic Mind for sponsoring this video. Now, right after you've taken your Magic Mind, you're sharp, you're focused, your mental acuity has never been higher. That is the perfect time to get into the third item that is easily forgotten, and that is to always, always, always bring some sort of game with you on your adventures. Whether that is dice, whether it's a card game, something like Moncala with marbles, or chess, one of my favorite games, though it does take up a lot of space. You're not really gonna carry around a chessboard unless that's your character. You can see how jazzed I am. Take that Magic Mind on camera. See, adventuring is not just about always doing quests, always fighting monsters. There is oftentimes a lot of downtime where you can rest and spend time with your comrades. And sure, you could just sing songs or have drinks or tell stories or all of those, but you could, in addition to that, also be playing a card game. This is going to make you instantly popular because probably no one else is going to remember to bring something like this. Whoever brings a game makes the most friends. That is like the universal rule. I have never brought a game to an event, but I've always made friends with people who have. It's a conversation starter. It instantly raises your charisma. It can lead to lots of awesome character interactions. You can make lots of new friends doing this, and it's a great way to pass the time. And if you're feeling particularly lucky or you're particularly skilled, it can also be a little way to make some extra gold on the side if anyone is up for a friendly wager. Don't be caught bored, don't be caught napping. You are going to have a lot of downtime while you are waiting for exciting stuff to happen, so make sure you have something to entertain yourself and your comrades, build camaraderie, and have some fun. Now, our fourth thing, picture this. You've of course remembered to bring your cloak and you are out on your adventure, but all of a sudden, you are ready to make camp and now you're gonna sit on the ground. It's a little bit soggy. Do you take off your cloak and sit on it? Do you just wrap it up underneath you and get it dirty? Or do you have number 4, which is a spare piece of cloth? Doesn't actually have to be square. Bonus points if you're actually able to get something that is in the same color scheme as the rest of your garb. I swear that I had a red one of these and I just have no idea where it went, so we're going with blue today. But the purpose of this is that yes, you can wear it as a shawl. Yes, you can wear it if you get slightly cold, but it is also a ground cloth if you wanted to sit down on the ground, have a picnic, watch a show, something. You can use it as a makeshift bag with just a little bit of extra rope. You can wrap your things up in it and carry it around, especially if you happen to be going shopping that day. It can be used as a sunshade. It can be used as a mask if it happens to be super dusty. If you're at a joust, you can tie it to a stick and use it as a flag. and it doesn't cost you anything to bring it because you can wear it as part of your garb and it looks amazing. And then you just take it off, just wear something that you don't really care about getting dirty if you're gonna sit on it. Just wear it and have it with you and use it if you need it. Really underrated piece of kit. I didn't even think of it first when I was doing this video. My wife had to suggest it to me and I was like, wow, it's so simple, it's brilliant. And finally, I saved my favorite for last. That is to have a signal horn or hunting bugle or a flute or a whistle, something. Anything that makes noise. Now this is mine. I recently got a question about this actually. Someone asked me if it has a mouthpiece. And yes, it does. I cut the tip off of it, I hollowed it out, and then I inserted what would have been the actual end back into the horn, and then the mouthpiece is here. And of course, this does work. I have seen precious few of these, and every time I do, I think that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I wish I had brought mine. If you lose your party or need to gather very quickly, you blow the horn. If you lose your kids and they need to find you very quickly, you blow the horn. If you're at a joust and your knight is winning, you blow the horn. If you're at a joust and your knight is losing, you blow the horn to motivate your knight to do better. You can warn of impending attack, call for aid, or just summon or rally your party to you. And it's also just a lot of fun if you have a whole bunch of people blowing their horns all at once. I'm gonna reword that. No, I'm not. Instant conversation starter, and it's a practical thing that you can actually use, and it serves a purpose. It could even save your life, even if it's just your character's life. And extra bonus points if you have a pet and you train your dog to do certain things when you blow the horn. Just don't blow it too often or you're gonna annoy everybody around you. Now, I have thought, would it be possible to combine the war horn with the tankard and have some sort of stopper that goes into this so that you can both drink out of it and blow out of it? Obviously not at the same time. And I just haven't quite figured that one out yet, so I'm pretty loaded up. But as you can see, these 5 essential and easily ignored items actually kit out your character very, very well. So even if you don't necessarily think you need one of these things, of course my bottle is hiding underneath here, even if you don't think you need one of these things, and I promise you there will come a time when you do, and if you don't have it, you'll go, man, I wish I had listened to Kramer. They have the extra added benefit of giving you free accessories for your garb, just so you look like more of a person and less of a video game character that's just like wearing a costume and wandering around. So thank you for joining me today. I really hope you've enjoyed. I will see you very soon. And in the meantime, I'd like to wish you good luck on your adventures.